Let me kick it up a notch.
Kick it up. Turn it up.
Welcome to Gamer Athletes, coming to you from the End of the World Tattoo and Cigar Bar
Shut that door
in
behind
Northwest Indiana. The Mount Everest of gaming excellence, delivering all the gaming news and info that you as athletes deserve.
I just heard this guy's voice.
Yeah.
I was just working with him, yeah.
All right, this is Gamer Athletes Quarterly.
I like it.
I'm your host, Chris Carr, or we're your host, Chris Carr, and
Dan Martinez. I'm here.
yeah,
We're here.
This is the second episode of the year. We've really fallen off.
It is. It is.
Remember to follow us on Insta at gamer.athletes, Twitter Gamer Athletes PC, YouTube Gamer Athletes Podcast, and remember to leave those 5-star reviews. I haven't checked the 5-star reviews in a long time. We haven't gotten any because we haven't done any shows. Anyway, go on with the Gamer Show.
It's game reveal season. This is where the whole of E3 should be.
Yeah.
You know, there's an E3 shaped hole in this time of year. And society has forgotten the gays.
Damn, not the gay, not for gay. And this is our Gay Pride Month.
So the fuckery is going to be peppered without the show. It's going to be everywhere.
Kinda.
There's a lot of fuckery within all these news stories.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It is organically woven into
Definitely
gaming and TV news.
Man, I can't believe they gave up on the gay.
Gaming, they're going to have to respell gaming. Gayming.
Yeah. They can go back to the original spelling now.
Gaming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, during the warm-up,
Warm-ups. We got a lot of games.
No, I thought we were going to do the gay story in the warm-ups.
You want to do the gay story now?
Yeah. The company's given up on the LGBTQ because it is June. It is the third day of Gay
tip
Pride
off
Month.
with this. It is. I was not aware.
And then after that we can do what games our reviews for, because I played a shit ton of games last month.
Society would be mad at me because I forgot it was Gay Pride Month.
They would be mad at you. But, so if you remember last year, I looked it up because I didn't remember, June 1st, which is the Gay Pride Month, fell on a Saturday. And overnight, it was like at midnight in Pacific Standard Time, or maybe in New York, whatever. But the next day when everybody woke up, Twitter, Facebook, everything, all the companies had swapped over to their Gay Pride flags.
Everything changes, like certain logos.
Gay Pride, overnight. Mm-hmm. We are now on the third day, and even Starbucks.
Here we go.
Even Starbucks.
They bailed out.
Bailed out on the gays.
Do you think they're just late?
No, they're not late. This is a concerted effort. They realized that this is kind of a losing thing. Because you heard for years, like, before Elon Musk took over Twitter, it was just an echo chamber of leftist, tranny bullshit.
Right.
You couldn't say anything bad about the gays. You couldn't say anything bad. Yep, you would get banned off Twitter. So all these companies who are also involved in this echo chamber, and their higher-ups in their companies were all involved in this echo chamber, thinking that most of the country was on board with men playing in women's sports. But it turns out we are not, and that happened with the election of Donald Trump, pretty much.
I remember, because everybody, there's the memes about it, right? During this month.
Everybody was rolling their eyes.
Yeah.
Every person in Normalville was like rolling their eyes. And everybody knew it was like this cash grab, fucking pandering bullshit that companies were doing. So everybody rolled their eyes like, oh my God. And then now.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the headline 10 hours ago. Look at that.
What is it?
19 companies pulling back their support.
Shit, 19? I haven't found one.
Some corporate sponsors pulled back for 2025. Wow.
But here, let's do a test. Do you have Twitter on your MacBook over there?
We don't want to open Twitter, man. It's a porn algorithm for some reason.
Yours is a porn algorithm?
It's crazy.
Shocker. Mine's not.
That's not.
That is interesting.
I did not use Twitter for that reason. And for it comes up. I follow like gaming stuff, tech stuff. I got to do a purge.
You need to start. You're gonna have to start over. Because my algorithm, I have two accounts.
I used to always check Twitter for memes and now I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty telling, I must say.
I mean, I like porno, but like I didn't want it on my Twitter feed.
So
you know where we go for that.
Let's see. Microsoft, who usually does like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, they all did it last year, and they're not doing it this year. Lowe's, Home Depot,
Lowe's,
they all did it.
Look at the Lowe's last year. Look at that. Lowe's Pride. Pictures for last year. Wow. So Lowe's pulled back. Where's the list of companies that pulled back?
Dude, all of them.
Oh, Dyson. There it is. Dyson. What a perfect company.
Why? Because they're vacuum
Because they
cleaners?
suck, right? Like it's about suction.
I don't know if Dyson...
What a logo you can spin with that.
Is Dyson only vacuum cleaners?
I mean, mainly. That's what they're known for, right? But they have fans and blow dryers. Like, look at possibilities for the jokes are endless.
Let's write themselves.
Support gay pride. Come suck with us.
NVIDIA, Tiffany and Company. Like I said, the list goes
NVIDIA,
on,
Nivea,
on and
Nivea.
on. And
that
on
that
and
is
on.
the lotion company,
Oh, yeah.
not NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, whatever. NVIDIA. Yeah.
Nivea.
Capital One, UPS, Disney. Yeah,
Look
Disney.
How?
Disney
How?
fucking gave
They
him
have to
through one of the
They'd
bus.
have to cancel all their content.
A lot of it. Yeah, Disney. I couldn't believe some of the
Wait a
companies.
minute.
Starbucks, Disney. Those are huge. Like
DoorDash.
Live Nation. Like these are companies that really, really lean hard into the pandering to
Is Starbucks on
the
this list?
LGBT
Anheuser-Busch.
community. Bush, Nissan, City,
MasterCard.
MasterCard. But like a lot of car companies, like Ford, a lot of them lean into it.
Deloitte. Nissan, PepsiCo. Starbucks. A side note.
That's
The
amazing.
sidebar on Starbucks was. Did you see that they're
Yeah, they have
mad
all the
because they have to wear
uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't let me express.
It is
who I am.
amazing how fast the culture shifted, like overnight.
I think
Overnight,
Alice
though.
was like, they could just replace them with AI robots. Then fine.
Overnight.
Okay.
And listen, a lot of people might not agree with me, but that was like a watershed moment when Elon bought Twitter and brought it back to like we could actually use free speech again. You're not getting banned for calling people fags and retards
I remember
anymore.
I remember the outrage, right? Like that was coming up, and I think that for me was my pivot point where I was like, you know what, man, I'm done. As I got
What
older,
outrage?
like over Twitter, like
When he bought it?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like there's all these bigots on there now, and it's like I don't know, man. You guys are all a bunch of blue hairs crying about everything.
Yeah, crying about everything. Now that you know where they're at now, they're all in their own little blue sky echo chamber.
What the fuck?
You don't know what Blue Sky is?
Oh.
Blue Sky is an alternative to Twitter, but all the blue-haired weirdos are over there.
It's blue.
And it's like, it's a dead, like, Twitter copy. And Threads is somewhat like that, too. I'm sure you've seen Threads on here.
Yeah.
It's Instagram's like Twitter.
Stupid.
But it's all this, like, echo chamber of assholes. And then you go over to Twitter, and the thing about it is the people that, the LGBT community people and all these fucking feminist people and all the people that are, getting wrung out right now because the culture is shifting back towards normality they can still exist on Twitter, but there's no one blocking the people that are like, you know, hey, we don't, you know, men shouldn't be in women's sports.
Yeah. It's pretty logical.
Yeah. So
It's
now you're not being called out as a bigot. You're not getting your shit reported because it's not against their terms of service, and there isn't that echo chamber at Twitter they have now.
It's just hurting someone's feelings, which is allowed to happen. It's
Yeah.
fine if your feelings get hurt.
I think it's good if your feelings get hurt every once in a while.
Right.
It toughens your skin.
I've had this conversation with certain parents, you know, about when it comes to even kids. Like they're like, oh, you know, you don't protect them from being hurt. They gotta feel that. They're gonna feel it without you when they get older.
On top of that, it helps you if somebody disagrees with you and tries to make a point against your side, it helps you flesh out your arguments. It just shows that there's no argument for men playing women's sports.
Yeah.
There's no argument for men using a woman's bathroom. I don't care if you feel like that or that's how that's how you feel. There's no argument for that. It just falls apart.
That's like they say, right? If you can't have a healthy debate with someone who sees something different than you, then you're not learning anything.
See, but Twitter before
You're just getting angry and saying your echo chambers.
Yep. Before Twitter took over, you know, they would say things like, you know, people would say, "What is a woman?" And instead of getting a fucking rational conversation, you get, "You're a fucking bigot," and then they get that person flagged, and that person would have their Twitter account suspended.
I always like to say, you know, when you hold a mirror up to someone, they don't like it. They get mad.
Yeah.
Right? When they don't like what they see. And then what are you doing it for? But yeah, and then now all this, you know, it's with all the bombs that Disney's been putting out. I mean, shit, they were trying to silence that chick that played Snow White.
Yeah, here's my
Because she was like, all right, you're going a little too hard talking about the old timey Cinderella. She don't need a man.
And Disney said that Cinderella should not be remade, just remembered. That's a quote from Disney himself. Yeah. So the problem that I have with like her being on there, because by all reports that I've seen of the movie, she didn't do a bad job in the movie. Mm-hmm. She just had a bad PR team.
And they had to like put the lid on her.
Yep. And she was put in a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
She had to go out there and to be a mouthpiece for a movie that was leaning into this feminist arc right now during a time when the culture is shifting away from that stuff. Mm-hmm. So she kind of got fucked in that one.
Like, it's like the companies, like, I'm not saying, you know, whatever. You don't have to support gay pride, but you can just be a neutral entity.
That's what they should be.
Exists in the world that everybody can go to.
That's what they should be. Michael Jordan said it best.
I shouldn't feel weird when I go to, like, my Republicans buy
Republicans buy shoes too.
Yep. Like, that's it. Like, be neutral. You know?
Be neutral. Don't take any political stances. And then behind the scenes, that's when you lobby for all the shit that's gonna, you know.
The trans stuff that's the one for me that's like.
I think they just went too far with it. Because, you know, I mean, if you remember, not even that long ago, it was when Obama was president, was when gay rights got passed. So,
excuse me.
Look at how far the culture has come from there. And there is a different set. There's the gays who are just out there living their life that just want to be, you know, they want to get married and be with a person they love. And then there's this other set. They're like, you will call me by the pronouns that I want. And if you don't, I'm going to
become fascist style.
I'm going to be loud and I'm going to fucking throw shit around your store.
You will listen to what I have to say and how I feel. And no, man.
So then you have all the old school gays that just wanted to get married are like, we're not a part of these fuckers. Yeah, we just want to be left the fuck alone. Don't lump us in with that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want nobody knocking on my door to sell me anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not just Jehovah's Witness.
Right.
But anybody. But like, I'm not knocking on your door to say, you know, why don't you smoke some crack?
Yeah, but now it's in like all the movies, all the TV, all the everything. And it's not just like I said, I don't mind like Dallas Buyers Club was a movie about a gay guy. Like even Euphoria, which we'll talk about, what's her name later. But Euphoria had that kind of stuff in it, but it was wove into the story. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like they weren't shoving this agenda down your throat when they did it. There just happened to be some trannies and some gays in the show.
Right. Right. It's just like, you know, you could come across this in your life. Like, and here's a snapshot, an exaggerated snapshot.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But like,
that movie that show was disgusting.
The first season,
it was disgusting.
We talked about this before. The only characters I liked were the drug dealer. I liked him and his little his brother.
Yeah.
Right? His adopted brother that they found. Ashtray.
That was a show for millennials who want to fantasize about their imagined trauma that they had while living up in a suburban neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's what Euphoria was. Yeah.
They'll go start a band after that. Yeah.
So, anyway, you want to get into some of these games?
Yeah, well, we can go right into we're going to go.
The games we played?
We could go right into the GTA 6 because, the Pride Parade allegedly thing. But
yeah.
I
forgot.
We'll save it.
About that.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude, that's gonna be. Yeah. I wonder how they're gonna deal with that. I imagine Twitter's gonna be.
We don't know how confirmed it is.
Twitch is gonna be everywhere. A fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
When that time comes around. All right.
We'll bring it back up. Expedition 33. Game of the year.
You think it's gonna be game of the year, huh?
I'm not saying it's mine. I don't know. I still have to play every game that I
think
want
it's very, very high.
It opened a lot of eyes in the gaming industry. $50.
Yes.
A small team.
Yes.
Guy who used to work for Ubisoft got bored doing what he was doing there. Left. The team that he created is, I can't remember the guy's name, but like, is just random people he hired.
Yeah.
So the SoundCloud.
Yes.
The music is so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it's a dude that he found
It's immersive and it's not too intrusive, the music, but it's there and it gives you that feeling that old school Final Fantasy feeling when you're playing it.
And then, I mean, they had Andy Serkis, Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil in the show.
Yes. He was the main guy.
Yeah, Gustav.
Yeah.
And then Andy Serkis.
Bunch of French.
Luminaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I beat it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Huh. I can tell you how the story unravels.
I played a good chunk of it.
Spoilers. You want to know spoilers?
Sure.
Spoilers. They're all in painting. Everything's in a
Really?
painting. So the main character.
Who's the paintress then?
Hold on. So the paintress.
Yeah.
Right. The story of the world that they're in, Lumiere
Yeah.
or whatever. The expedition that you take out.
Yeah, it's the 33rd
The
expedition.
only person that is real, that exists in the real world, is the youngest chick.
The redhead.
Yes.
The one that he's supposed to be taking care of.
She is the daughter
Uh-huh.
of the dude that wipes everybody out when you get to the when you first finally go out with your expedition.
That's interesting.
You get to you land and this dude's old,
So how'd she get in the fucking painting?
right? So and then the paintress is the mom.
Uh-huh.
Later you find another dude, Verso.
Yeah, the old dude, that's the guy.
That's her dad.
Okay.
You find another guy, Verso, who kind of looks like the dude. That's the son.
Okay.
Right? So what's happening is
They're just erasing people out of the painting?
they have the ability to go into paintings and create things from their imagination. This
Okay.
painting is the son's painting that he created.
Uh-huh.
He died in real life.
Oh, no.
This is the last remaining piece of his soul. His mom went crazy because she loved him.
Yeah.
Is staying in the painting too long.
Uh-huh.
The dad is trying to get her out.
Really? What a fucking crazy story.
It's
a great
super
story.
interesting when you it's a
Yeah,
little
but you
bit
think about
artsy,
it.
right?
Yeah,
no,
but that's fine.
It's a little bit artsy,
seems like
but,
a decent-
but the base story,
premise
I was like,
behind it?
this shit is amazing.
That's pretty deep.
Like, and then there's really good parts where they talk to like the girl doesn't know,
Yeah.
like, but then you see the painted version of her that's all scarred
Yeah.
because in real life she's scarred and can't talk. So this is like a version of her that's existing, her avatar in the world. She has the ability to talk, speak. She looks fine.
That's the problem because you juxtapose that against a couple of the flops like Dragon Age, Veilguard, and like some of the other shit, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
just the difference in story writing
Dragon
and stuff like
Age,
that, and the size of the team was only like 30 people.
So good. I mean, from everything, from like I said, the story, like I was hooked.
yeah,
And it took turn-based combat and made it fun.
yeah,
You can literally Elden Ring
yeah.
this
I like
bitch.
the parry shit in there.
I took 0 damage from a fucking world boss because I got it down.
Yeah,
Like,
you had to
you
go-
learned his timing. Bam, bam, bam. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I had the problem doing that game because like I would drink, and then
Yeah.
my timing was like
just gotta go to
super
dodging.
shitty. Yeah, no. I would just like be like, all right, I'm done playing this right now. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
play something else, and then I just go beat it the next day.
And then they have weapon scaling.
yeah,
There's weapon scaling in the game, so it scales with certain, your agility, your health.
yeah.
depending on
Oh
the
yeah,
weapon.
yeah.
Oh man.
yeah. I seen
So
that.
then you can re-roll your stats to build that. Man, you could have builds.
Yeah,
And I mean,
yeah.
I was a nuke with the main chick that was magic.
Yeah,
Luna, her fucking name is. Fucking wrecking with her.
yeah. The game had a lot of deep, complex
Yep.
mechanics in it that were really good, and they did it with a very small team, and they just
good.
shit all. And it's like the highest rated game
Dude.
sitting currently. So if this one doesn't win Game of the Year, if they fucking like
Yeah.
give it to
Something's
some
up.
fucking cocksucker, and then they give this one like maybe indie Game of the Year, they're really fucked up.
Fuck you.
Especially
Better not be
since they-
fucking indie.
They did have Belatro in the game, the actual
Yeah,
Game of
last-
the Year,
yeah.
but we'll see what happens.
No,
I mean,
I don't know, man. It made too big of a splash.
it made a big splash,
Like there's people talking about it. They're like, holy shit.
and it was
out of nowhere.
yeah, $50.
Right? Because you had mentioned it. I was like, you know what? I did remember check this
Yeah.
out. I think you had texted me about it. And
Yeah, so it was good. It was great.
I watched some video on it. I was like, oh yeah, I do remember seeing this in like a highlight reel. So I bought it. Well, I was playing Oblivion.
Yeah,
And then it pulled me right the fuck out of that.
it's the only problem.
Right out of that.
The only problem I had was that I was playing Lord of the Fallen again when Expedition 33 came out. Expedition 33 came out. I jumped out of Lords of the Fallen.
It's a wildly
that.
different game.
Well, no, I just experimented
Yeah.
with Expedition 33. I probably played for like 20 or so hours and then just jumped back into Lord of the
I
Fallen.
liked it, dude. I think it was perfectly paced. Like I was right at the end when I was beating it. I was at the point of like, I've had enough. I put 60 hours in that motherfucker, dude. 60 hours. And that was with doing some of the content towards the end game.
Yeah.
I didn't go and beat some of the end game bosses, which
Okay.
I didn't max my level. There's this like, there's like little paintbrush people. Have you seen them?
Yes. Yeah.
There's a village.
Yes.
And there's a chick that runs the village.
Yeah.
You can fight her to get one of the
Yeah.
little redhead's best weapons.
Yeah.
Could not beat her.
Yeah.
She's
She was
one-shotting me,
I
dude.
tried fighting her too. She was hard.
Yeah.
But how far in is that village?
Not far.
Yeah,
How far in the game?
Yeah.
That's the first chapter.
Yeah. So I didn't even make it past the first chapter.
There's 3 chapters.
Just shows you. Yeah.
The third chapter is literally the end.
Yeah.
So at the end of the second, it's like I'm wrapping up because you get your airship.
Yeah.
And,
Ooh, airship, nice.
it's dope. And did you ever get to the dude, Esquier?
Nah, probably not.
He's
sound
like a little big balloon guy.
No.
Okay.
He
He was my favorite character.
I am past.
No. You get it in the first.
Or
first
yeah,
chapter.
no, that's in the first. I am past. Maybe I didn't make it to him.
Because you use him for travel. So that
Okay.
you'll be able to swim with him. And then he has the ability to break rocks. And then eventually he flies.
Because I made it past that village like a little ways, but
He's
like I said,
great. He's great. Whoever voiced him is so good. And like his character is so like kind of like just like calm and
yeah.
man.
But this is like one of the arguments for Game Pass right now. Because you had this one, and then we'll talk about Doom, the Dark Ages, and then Oblivion Remastered. All 3 of those games
Are on Game Pass. Yeah. I did buy all 3 of those games.
You bought them all on what?
On PS5. Yeah. Yeah. I bought them.
You didn't play them on your Xbox?
Oblivion. No, I hate carrying that thing around, dude. You know, I take it to work, so like that thing sucks to carry. And like, I just hate the UI. It feels clunkier. I don't know. I just like the Sony environment.
Interesting.
But I did get Oblivion like half price. I had a bunch of fucking credit.
Yeah.
Cause
I played all 3 of those on, well, I have the PC, and PC has Game Pass on it too. So
Right.
I played all those on PC, and then I played some Expedition 33 on the Xbox. My wife and we'd lay in bed, and I got the Xbox up there, and she was watching the story and playing through it, but...
That story wrapped up, dude, and like the mother, oh my God. It's so good. The final battle, oh, dude.
Yeah.
And again, like cutscenes, like I was actually like super invested in like what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
I'm starting to understand a little bit, and they just they dole it out just right.
This is the one thing that I liked about this game too, because I am not a cutscene guy. Mm-hmm. This game, except for the very beginning part, they were very small, very bite-sized pieces,
yes.
so you can move right back into the action.
Perfect pace.
It was very well done,
Yep.
yeah. Except for, like I said, the beginning part, but it's the beginning of the game, so you're usually suffer through a little bit more.
Even the zones, when you go into certain areas,
Yeah.
aren't overly huge, and you feel like I need to go scour all this.
Yeah.
Like it's very small, and you're like, I can do this in like an hour and be good.
Yeah.
And then I move to the next zone. Right. And oh shit, I got to come back for that. And like, it was big enough for me to go backtrack and get some of the stuff I missed.
Right.
But not too big where I'm like, I can't do, no.
Yeah.
But knocked it out. There's still end game shit that I probably will never go play.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean,
I moved on to,
there's probably a little bit of replayability with Expedition 33, but you have to be super into that style of game to like really want to get into
like I said, it pulled me out of Oblivion.
Yeah.
Oblivion, I saw the announcement.
Because you played
for that.
Oblivion before, right?
I have.
Yeah.
But it pulled me out of Oblivion, and Oblivion's my favorite Elder Scrolls. It's always been my favorite.
Okay.
Even over Skyrim.
Yeah.
So I was excited when they were like, it's available today. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Downloaded
I forgot to
it.
put Baldur's Gate 3 on. Anyway.
I downloaded Oblivion, jumped right in.
Yeah.
And like, they did a great job on that.
Yeah, the remake is really well done.
Really good.
Yeah, what
really
do you think
good.
about the body type 1 and 2? They got rid of male and female in it.
The what?
They got rid of male and female in Baldur's in
It just says body type 1 and 2.
It
I didn't
does.
even pass. I didn't even recognize
body
it.
type 1 and 2.
I definitely picked female.
So yeah, body type. So they had body type 1 and 2, and then they had
Interesting.
and then they had
God damn it.
So Nexus mods, right?
Why?
Nexus mods.
They put it back.
They took the mod down, and then they put it back up because of
Yes.
the backlash they received from it.
Yes.
That's like how come I can put in mods in a game where I can chop a child's head off, but if I want to say male and female instead of body
It's
type
wrong.
1 and 2,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong
Interesting.
with me? I can have naked fucking characters running around. I can have a mod that fucking strips the clothes off of Liam.
Laura Croft.
Yeah. Maybe.
Whoever.
And, one of the big ones is, what's his name from Resident Evil
Jill.
4?
Jill.
No, Leon.
Leon and Jill.
Yeah, you could make him naked, and when they did it, but those are okay to do.
That's fine.
Guy with his wiener flopping around.
You can see the actual body parts, but you can't name it.
But yeah, you can have Nexus Mods got fucked on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nexus Mods had a bunch of questionable shit like that. So, but it's one of the biggest mod platforms you can get out there.
That was Oblivion was the game that made me want a 360. Like 360 kind of brought me back into gaming. I was kind of like, I was sporadic around then.
Yeah.
Then I remember I got laid off from the job I was at, and I was getting severance pay, so I was out for a year.
So you're playing Oblivion.
I was going to a friend's house and dog sitting that they needed every day to just let their dogs out, but he had a 360. I booted up. What's this Oblivion game? Oh my god!
Yeah, first one I played was Morrowind. Did you ever play Morrowind?
I've seen Morrowind. I went to the video game store when
I played the shit out of Morrowind. I never beat it, but that's one. Fun fact: I never beat a fucking Elder Scrolls game.
Oh wow!
I played hours and hours and hours in Skyrim. I had a shit ton of hours. I probably got
I rolled credits on Skyrim.
Yeah, but never beat Morrowind.
Yeah, I loved Oblivion, man. Like the Dark Brotherhood quest line is so good, and that's like the only thing I really want to get done in the game.
Yeah, I might jump back into that one.
Oh man, I love the physics. I love the ragdoll stuff. I love the dumb AI. Like it's so good.
You blast somebody and they go up in the air and they flop around. And you know the crazy thing is that so this game Oblivion was how many years ago?
Combat feels so much better than the original.
Like 15, 20 years ago now.
Yeah,
that game came out. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about that, and then they just came out with Avowed not that long ago that has half the game mechanics in it that Oblivion did, and it's supposed to be like a Skyrim kind of light.
I downloaded it.
And they didn't have any of that shit in there.
Yeah.
None of that stuff.
It's so good. I joined the Thieves Guild. I got the Dark Brotherhood going. The Mages Guild's easy. Like all the trophies and achievements are based on the guild.
Yeah.
So you could almost platinum it. And I'm in the arena just going back in there and just knocking people out.
So what'd you do after Expedition 33? Did you do Dark Ages?
I'm in Doom. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Yep.
That game's kind of a dud for me.
And they tried to fucking put like this like backstory and shit and like, it's all super
I don't
weird
mind
now.
None of that because I just skip all the cutscenes.
I liked some of the story that they buried it in codex pages.
The dragon flying in that game is fucking dog shit.
It's dog shit.
The mech is dog shit.
It's just boring.
Yeah, well the mech, like you're like, all right, I'm getting in this high powered mech and all you do is just punch the shit out of shit. And it's like there's no other like crazy mechanics involved with the mech.
There's no.
They should have left the mech the fuck out of that game.
It's low stakes.
And they should have left the dragon the fuck out of that game.
It's all low stakes anyway.
Yeah, you get rid of those two things in that game and then you have a little bit better game and then bring back the fucking metal.
Nothing can. Oh yeah, the music definitely you can tell that they got rid of.
And the glory kills. Bring back the metal and the glory kills.
Glory kills are good. Yeah, they just do like a slight animation, kick them. Like you do the shield,
and then their fucking ship pops out.
Yeah,
the shield was cool. Your best gun in that game is your shield.
Yeah. Oh man, you're unstoppable.
Yeah, you're shield and shotgun.
So I almost never die.
Yeah. What are you playing on easy mode?
Whatever the one above it is. It's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have five. I think
4 or 5.
Oh, they took out
I'm plenty, and then there's
no. They took out. It's not. They used to have "I'm Too Young to Die."
Yeah,
but they took that out.
Yeah, man.
They changed the name of it, so it's not "I'm Too Young to Die" anymore. It's like, it's Slayer in Training.
It's easy to get all the secrets. Like,
yeah, they show you on the map where
they show you on the map, and then you kind of figure it out, and then you backtrack, and that's
it's kind of shitty.
Like, I'm probably platinuming because I have almost 100% at every
level.
Easy. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, they show
you where all the gold is. There's no mystery.
It's all low stakes. Like, there's nothing that happens if I die. I just restart.
Yeah. And then, I'm playing on,
it's like eating meatloaf, dude. It's just comfort food. Like, there's
no way, man.
Comfort food.
This one was, I don't know. The dragon part sucks. The mech sucks. The no glory kills. And you just don't like when you were playing in Doom Eternal and
so good.
The other one, the music would just kick up. Like when you're just walking around like shooting stuff, nothing would happen. But then you go into an area where there's a shit ton of fucking mobs. That metal would just start.
The music is unbeatable in the first two, but like They tried to reinvent it every time.
Dude, they've been
good. The first one was just like trying to feel like the first Doom. Then they added platforming in the second one.
Yeah.
This one's more like secret finding. Like you can't really jump in this one. No. And when you jump, the only thing I like with that you land so hard that everybody dies around you.
Yeah. That is kind of cool. You do feel cool. Like a tank.
The
in this
shield's
one.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Your guns are kind of cool, but like your shield's where it's at. Dude.
Yeah. That's what everybody says. The shield is like you just put all your points into shield and you're just fucking flying around bashing
Captain
shit
American the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah. The shield is pretty cool.
And they got this weird story that they want to tell, and you're like, okay, space aliens are making them do this.
That's wild.
They put a regulator on them.
Yeah. So he can't go nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
It comes off.
I just don't.
I'm 2 chapters from the end.
Yeah, you got
22 chapters. I'm chapter 20.
Yeah. So that's another reason why I jumped out of Expedition 33.
I'm excited because I did download
Huh.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I have that too.
I'm playing that next.
That's going to be a pile of shit. That was a pile of shit.
What are you talking about?
It wasn't that good.
Everybody loved it.
No.
I didn't hear anything really bad. Just across all media platforms.
You
and
mean
some
like
YouTubers.
Polygon and shit?
No, and YouTubers. They were just like, I don't remember, dude.
Not that liar Alana
What's
Pierce,
his name,
huh?
dude? No.
She got in trouble for lying.
Dude, Luke Stevens. I've been watching a lot of Luke Stevens. He's pretty good.
Yeah, but he's like... Luke Stevens is probably better for you because he likes the shit you like, more or less.
Sometimes.
He's not a big Souls player guy.
Really?
No.
I never noticed.
No.
I really like Souls.
He's like more of a storyline kind of guy.
See, I have to be in the... not every game needs to have a story.
No.
Like
He's
Doom.
a big story guy.
Doom doesn't need one.
No.
Like, it just needed
You're
to
just
be...
on the planet to close some fucking...
Yeah.
Close some
It used
rifts.
to be you were just a mad-ass Marine because they killed everybody, and now you're just... and they killed his bunny, if you look at the backstory in the original Doom.
Shouldn't have killed his bunny.
Yeah, it's like he's the original John Wick.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, Luke Stevens is like that, but I think Luke Stevens is a little on the... he can be, I've found, a little bit more biased towards certain studios.
I'm going to try it, play it, and then I don't know what I'm... After that, like, I don't...
Now, full disclosure, I have not played Indiana Jones. I just saw like some of the people that I trust as far as video games that played it, and they're like,
I liked Wolfenstein.
Which one? The new ones?
Yeah, 3, yeah. I like those.
The Youngblood and all that shit?
And I didn't play Youngblood, but I played the 1 and 2, and...
The last Wolfenstein I really liked was Escape from Castle Wolfenstein. Great fucking game.
Yeah, BJ Blazkowicz.
You're going killing Nazis like you're supposed to. Yeah, you didn't play the new one? What is it, Wolfenstein 2, where it's all a bunch of fucking weird gender queer people in that game? You didn't know?
Recall it.
You didn't play that one then?
It was great.
Yeah.
I had fun playing him.
Yeah, it was the more modern kind of where you're in the more recent times.
Oh wow!
And the Nazis took over. You didn't play those?
That's not Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
isn't that like Atomfall or something?
No.
No.
I'm talking about the ones that only came out a few years ago.
Yeah, I played them.
No, you didn't.
I don't remember that then.
Yeah, you don't remember the black lady that was running the ship?
No.
You don't remember that? Yeah.
Yes.
And all the fucking gender weirdos fucking
I
around
remember
her?
the gender weirdos.
Huh.
I blocked it out.
Really?
Must have
really blocked it out. Yeah. Must have been skipping those cutscenes like crazy. Anywho, Blasphemous. You ever played those?
Yeah, the side scroller?
Yes.
I know what they are. I've never played them.
Those were, on sale, so I picked up all of them.
Blasphemous 2 is pretty good, I heard.
Yeah, I'm playing through Blasphemous 1 right now.
I almost bought it on Switch a long time ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Solid games. It makes me act like Castle.
Or...
Yes. But they're also, like some of the boss fights are more, and it has like that Souls kind of
so they're more
angle to it. Yes, with the fights.
Yeah.
But they also have that where you gotta go back. You gotta backtrack. Like Metroid.
New power.
Yeah. You get new powers.
New abilities.
So now I got a new ability, so now I can jump a little bit higher and I can platform to the next area. So that's Blasphemous. So the reason why, let's finish off with Night Rain, but the reason why I quit doing Expedition 33 was Lords of the Fallen. I don't know, that came out fucking like 2 years ago. I think right around the same time Liza P did. It sucked when it first came out. It was like really clunky. It didn't run very well. It was real kind of buggy.
A la Cyberpunk.
Yeah. It looked beautiful though. Game looked beautiful. The idea with you have the lamp and you have this world on top of another world, and you can use the lamp, go through it, and find like different secrets and shortcuts in that with the lamp. Great fucking idea.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Unrealized at the time. I played probably 10 hours of it before, and I was like, man, this kind of sucks. Like the dodge rolling, the iframes and stuff. It's very Souls. But like I said, the dodge rolling things were a little clunky. But the team hunkered down and went back through it, and they redid like pretty much the entire. They didn't redo the entire game. They
tuned it up.
They did a very good tune up. The game is fantastic now.
Yeah, like Cyberpunk.
You would probably like Lords of the Fallen a lot more than like, let's say, your regular run of the mill Souls game, because it is significantly easier than most of the Souls games. I've spent I would beat bosses most of the time, first or second time.
Well, I love Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3.
You never beat Dark Souls 3.
I never beat it. No, I beat Dark Souls 3.
Never beat Bloodborne.
No,
You're a fake Souls player.
I want the remake.
You're a
on that
fake
Dark
Souls
I want Bloodborne remake so bad.
Yeah, that would be cool, but they're never gonna do it.
I tried to pick it up again. I was like, I can't.
Never
I can't look at it.
Why?
I need the visual.
It's still
fidelity.
great. Mm-hmm. It's still a great fucking
Probably
game.
is.
But Lords of the Fallen follows that same aesthetic. I would say it's like, and now functionally it's right on par with Dark Souls 3. The first
Dark
one,
Souls 3 was like the one.
yeah, and I mean the way,
man.
I don't mean the way the game plays or whatever. I do have a couple problems with the game, like they don't have a good variety of bad guys in the game. It's kind of the same until you get kind of later in the game, then they change up some of them, but you're still fighting the same mobs throughout the game. The bosses, those are different. But they have like really cool ideas in the game. It does have that interconnected world like Dark Souls 1. So
Dark Souls 3 made me appreciate level design on a whole new level.
shoot, Dark Souls 1, I thought their level design was better than 3.
Well, I didn't play 1 until later, but like 3 I was just like, this shit is amazing.
Yeah, because Dark Souls 3, you started off with Firelink, and then you would just go further and further away from Firelink Shrine. And then you could warp back and then keep warping to the new. Dark Souls 1, the entire area was like a big, all of it, everything led back to Dark Souls 1. You just leave one way out of Firelink Shrine to go to one area, leave another way out of Firelink Shrine. Maybe you go down an elevator out or down some stairs, down an elevator out of Firelink Shrine, you go to a new area.
I got about halfway through Demon Souls, that remake.
Yeah, that's a good remake. That is a really good fucking remake.
It's like, it should be the gold standard. And now Oblivion.
It is the gold standard.
Now Oblivion is really good at making that remake.
Oblivion is really good. So that's Lords of the Fallen, and then Night Rain actually just released this last week. So, have you played any Night Rain?
That's made for throuples.
They're
going to change it now.
Is.
They said they're going to change it.
I hope so.
They said they're going to change it because I guess a lot of people are having a hard time finding players.
It's not too bad. If you just queue up and go in there, but the only problem is there's no in-game chat.
Oh.
That's one of the huge downfalls of this game.
Is it on PC? No.
Yes, it's on PC,
so you
Xbox,
can use
PlayStation.
An external.
You can't, but you can use Discord on PlayStation and Xbox too, but it's not cross-platform either. So that doesn't matter anyway. If it was cross-platform, then you and your friends get in Discord or whatever, even on that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're going to make some tweaks. They announced.
Yeah, it is not cross-platform, which means I can't play with that. It's not cross-platform.
Did you? So you played?
I have.
You like it?
Yeah. It is far easier with 3 people than it is with 1. It is very hard with 1 person.
I think Let Me Solo is in there somewhere. He's doing something.
Sure.
Yep.
Helping people out, but it has the same, like you can enter codes and but like I said, the problem is with no cross chat, you just want to play random squads or random 3 people. You can't talk to anybody.
It's definitely somebody's like hobby project if they pitched.
No, the way Miyazaki actually,
he definitely jumped in, but
but he wasn't planning on this one to be a great success.
Sure.
Which it is a great success now. This had a tiny little budget for this fucking game, but they've sold over 2 million copies.
Reusing assets. Dude, anything he can put a piece of shit out and they're going to buy it.
But this game isn't a piece of shit.
It's his pedigree now. You know what I mean?
This game isn't a piece of shit. This game is something that it is an online game that's not a live service game either. There's
Right.
no
And
fucking
they will,
season passes.
over
There's
time,
no-
they're going to improve it, and it is going to be
sure.
a long tail.
It's really good right now.
Yeah, I know.
It has, like I said, it has some
is launch.
drawbacks. Like it's really hard as a solo. There's no cross-platform, and there's no communication in the game. If they add those three things, they even nerfed it for solos already.
I did hear. Yeah, I read that.
They did do that. But like if they add a couple of those things in there, cross-platform and the voice communication in the game, it could be a really big game.
Jesus, we are still in the warm-ups.
Oh, that's all right. We don't have much fucking bulk in here.
There's
anyway.
not much at all.
Yeah.
Just this. I think the big two are the Switch 2 and GTA 6.
Yeah, when you only put out 2
Yeah.
podcasts a year, you gotta fucking really go with what's recent and big in the news.
GTA 6. Well, let's switch to shit. I won't go buy. I did not pre-order. I have no plans to buy one.
Really?
Unless they show me something. There's nothing out on it, right? Oh, Mario Kart. That's not enough. That's not enough for
Donkey
me.
Kong?
The Donkey Kong looked interesting.
Yeah.
The destructible shit.
I got it for one reason.
Why?
Duskbloods.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Duskbloods. I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. How could you forget that?
Duskbloods. Because they said it was multiplayer?
Yes. And it's coming out in 2026.
Yeah. Once it said multiplayer, I was kind of like, I'm out.
And it will release on...
I'm out.
It's exclusive to Nintendo at first, but it will release on multiple platforms.
There's some Bloodborne DNA in there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But then they said it multiplayer. I'm like, oh man, I wanted a single player game.
But this is like kind of... Okay, so this goes into like Night Rain, okay? You have Miyazaki, who's like basically the
lead. He's the Kojima over there.
Night Rain is directed by someone else, one of his underlings.
Yes.
And Night Rain had a lot of, the guy has been there since Dark Souls 1 though. He started out as, like just a asset designer. Then he moved up to combat, or level design and then, combat mechanics. And then by the time that guy who did Night Rain, directed Night Rain, he worked on like most of the bosses. He was like
That's how the Japanese do it.
the guy, yeah. So then the guy for Duskbloods is going to be the same thing. He's a guy that's moved up through the company and worked on many of things. So
A lot of Zelda games are like
Miyazaki and From Software are trying to move away from him since he's getting kind of up there in age now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. To let other people and work on multiple projects. And even Night Rain, he said in an interview that they were planning on this one possibly to fail because they were trying such a kind of a radical new thing. But it did not fail. It made him a shit ton of money.
They know how to make games.
2 million copies now sold in less than a week.
The Switch 2 has nothing at launch for me at all. So, I mean, I'm going to have to see something more, man. Like, obviously, a Zelda will be, that's why the first
I'm
one
going to get it
sold.
and bitch about it the whole time I have it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a fucking piece of shit.
Shit
What
feels like a
fucking
toy.
Waste of goddamn
Yeah,
money.
it is a toy.
It is.
But that in the EULA, the end user license
Yeah.
agreement, they were getting shit because they can brick your console.
Yeah.
You know, so that kind of sucks too. Hopefully they change that.
Well, they don't want you to pirate their shit.
Yeah, I get.
Because-
I know they're the fucking worst when it comes to that. They were going
worst
after
pirating,
everybody. Yeah.
Well, what they don't want you to do too is because a lot of guys that are very computer savvy will root their machine so then they can rip the games and rip the ROMs when they buy them and put them onto
ROM sites.
your Steam
Yes.
Deck. No,
Yeah,
put them
well-
onto your Steam Deck or whatever, and
Yeah.
then you can do mods and
They had that cart that you could load a bunch on
Yeah.
too, and then you could play it on the Switch. Yeah. So now these there's pre-orders were getting canceled. Yesterday at certain outlets? Yeah, Walmart.
they were getting canceled.
Yeah, so they were like, "Oh no, my pre-order's gone." But now they're trying to recover these. Like it's kind of a nightmare.
Oh yeah, I had a
Walmart, GameStop's like, "Not us. You're
Yeah,
still good."
One of the guys I know got 3 copies.
Yeah.
Three of them, and one of them was canceled, so he only ended up getting 2.
They almost got me with all their marketing hype. I was like, "Oh yeah." Like the FOMO started building up, and I was like, "Man, I don't want this thing.
Yeah.
I don't want it." Again, if there's a Zelda on it or a Metroid.
Well, you can.
Metroid Prime 4 is not enough.
I think you can pay $90 and get the new Zelda Breath of the Wild remastered, where
No, you
the
just-
only difference
I paid
is some,
$10.
okay, some of the visuals are upgraded
Yeah.
and you can play it at
Runs
60
it-
frames
yes.
per second.
I probably would play Breath of the Wild again at 60 frames
Yeah.
because I own the game, the cart, which is an actual cart and not a game key card.
Yeah, now they have just game key cards for everything. Yep.
Yep. You just download it, but it's like I don't know, man.
What game just came out that was like that? Was it Doom?
Something,
released and was,
yeah.
Yeah, they sent it,
know if
people
it
were
was
getting
Doom.
them and it was just the
Code.
key, the code,
In
the key code inside it.
I've had one before and I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's really pissing people off. But,
Like-
you know, what are you gonna do? That's how we're
But
moving.
then when I actually buy a physical game, I'm like, man, motherfucker, it's not in the fucking disc tray. So I get pissed.
yeah.
So like, I want it both ways. Like,
Yeah.
but I want to own it, but I don't have to load the fucking disc every time.
Right. Oh, see, that's something we could have talked about in our tech news. Now that I think about it, Apple just got fucked up.
Oh, with the Epic Store?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll
yeah,
talk about that
so-
in our tech news.
That's the Switch too. I don't know, man. It's not blowing my skirt up.
I got one.
I think it's an awesome piece of tech. I think it's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
I was like, once all the developers start jumping on and getting all these main games. Again, I don't want a fucking 3D Metroid. Metroid Prime 4 does not look good.
Yeah.
Unless they're not showing us something. But like a side-scrolling Metroid, yes. Or
Yeah.
Mario, even the fucking Mario Odyssey 2 that everybody wants. If that would even go on there, I'd be like, all right, I'll get that. But no, like all these indie developers need to come out and start putting shit out there.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll put Bloodborne on the Switch. I'll
right.
I'll play Bloodborne.
No,
on the
because
Switch.
Sony owns Bloodborne.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, hey, as a side note though, Night Rain ran fantastic. Runs great on the Legion too. 50 frames per second I'm hitting on that. Steady.
Yeah.
Even online, there's no jitteriness. There's no nothing. Runs great on that. Doom the Dark Ages will not run on it. Unless I have to go through, it always freezes up and
Weird.
quits. So I was like, man, this is bullshit. Lords of the Fallen ran great on it too.
GTA 6 trailers.
Yeah.
The fucking behemoth.
Yeah.
GTA 6.
Hopefully they don't mess.
Holy fuck.
Hopefully.
That second trailer was showcasing ass physics.
Yes, I saw them. Yeah. Yeah. I think,
I love
this
that.
is my conspiracy theory about this. Okay. So, they've seen the trend of people going away from like the LGBTQ stuff. That's one of the reasons why this is conspiracy theory. Like I said, why it got delayed.
Why? Okay.
So they're gonna, so they're like, all right, we put in some of this stuff. We're gonna pivot and not redo the whole story or anything like that, but kind of pivot to where you can go back and maybe make fun of some trannies now in the game, which you couldn't before.
That's what you think?
Yeah, because in GTA 5 they were taking that shit out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, where you couldn't. So now they're pivoting to put it back in, put maybe some more jiggle physics in there, maybe make
Jiggle
it so you can
physics
do.
is alive and well.
They're like, yeah, we need to rethink this
I think
because
so. That's a conspiracy theory.
that is the
Idea of the Pride Parade is funny. So
Yes.
so what to explain, if anybody's listening to this, the Pride Parade was caught in the background. It looked like there was a pride shot, like of people celebrating gay pride. Obviously, it's a GTA game. It's an open sandbox game, which means I can take a car
and drive it through.
and drive through the parade.
Yep.
So this is a double-edged
Be
sword.
hitting homos left
It's a
and right.
double-edged sword, and I think it's actually kind of genius, right? Like, so we're gonna put gay pride in there,
Yeah,
but we're also it exists in our world.
yeah,
So when we create it, it can also be destroyed.
yes.
So we're giving you what you want,
We'll see.
but you need to understand your character is a person that can carry a minigun
Yeah,
and grenades,
and mow down people.
and no one is safe.
That's the only problem is that you get either everyone is safe or no one is
Right.
safe.
So and playing the no one is safe thing, like, look, we're going to represent you. But just like in the real world, you can get hit by a car.
Yeah, how messed up would that be if you can walk up and just shoot a little black kid in the face?
There's no kids in GTA.
Damn it. Okay,
But you can start a black person,
that was
Asian person.
yes. Black person, you can shoot a black. Oh, I was thinking
But your gun jams,
Cyberpunk
Yeah,
is
Cyberpunk
like
has
that.
kids.
Yeah, you can shoot kids in the game.
yeah.
So Yeah, imagine
Throw
that.
your
Yeah.
gun jams when you
Yeah.
shoot a gay person.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
That would be fucked up, wouldn't it?
Or the bang
Yeah.
flag comes out.
Yeah. Or, yeah, there's,
Doesn't work.
yeah, you'd have to be able to.
Can't hurt me, honey.
Yeah. You'd have to be able to mow those people down.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem with Twitch.
They're like trees. Your just car crumples against them.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that would be fucked up, wouldn't it?
Oh my God.
Game over
Game
if you
over.
fucking
Dude.
run
No,
over a fucking
it'd be done with
LGBTQ.
the Rockstar would be over.
They would be, yeah.
Over.
That would be, yeah. Because like, people got in trouble with YouTube and Twitch because they were tiring up the suffragettes and dragging them behind their horse and like feeding them to alligators and shit.
Yeah. The tweets for some of the other developers when they finally said, you know what, hey, we're moving it to next year. They were,
Yeah.
so now we can announce our
Now we
dates,
can release
right?
our
Or
shit.
We can release our shit. We don't have to wait. Like we can, they're out of the way because they suck the fucking room out of the air out of the room, dude.
I just hope it doesn't suck because like we've said, I think before on this show earlier this year, that the main creators of GTA 5 are no longer
the Housers.
Yes.
I think the
No longer
Housers,
there.
they started on production.
And they actually are working on a new game that's coming
That
out
Mind's Eye.
this month.
I keep seeing weird shit about.
Yeah, it comes out on like the 25th of this month.
So the story of GTA 6 with the two protagonists, right, are interesting because it's the first female that you'll be able to control in a GTA 6. And then gets out of jail. She's got an ankle monitor.
Can you rape dudes?
I don't know. But you're an ankle monitor, right? You got that on. And she's got this boyfriend. And so the interesting story is that he's a cop. He's an undercover cop.
Is he?
We don't know. This is like talked about on the threads.
Yeah.
So there's a scene when he goes to pick her up.
Yeah,
I'm
when
here
the cop,
for-
they're
and
like,
he's
hey,
like, I
don't
see
I
you around.
recognize you? Yeah.
So that's two things. Either he's been in prison before.
Yes. That's what I would have.
Fucking cop.
That's what I was assuming, that he's probably in prison before.
Or he's a cop.
That'd be kind of shitty. If
That
he
would
was
be
a cop.
dope. That would
I
be
don't
dope
know.
if he's an undercover cop using her
Yeah,
to
but
get it closer to someone.
But how does that work if you can play him?
Right. He's doing all these crimes.
Yeah, and you're fucking
He's
robbing
himself.
banks and shit.
Well, then I think he's supposed to do it, but then he goes away from it. Right? He stops being a cop at
That's
some point.
suspicious.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. He
Yeah.
stops being a cop. See,
And
then
so
I'd be
he
down for that.
abandons it, and then because he loves this chick now, right? He sees
Yeah.
the ass moving
Have you
around.
seen the jiggle figures? Yeah, on her? Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. I might have to change her heart here.
Yeah.
I can't put her in prison.
No, you can't.
Clap those cheeks.
Yeah.
Jason, is his name.
Yeah, Jason. It was funny too because they thirst trapped the shit out of him for that
Mm-hmm.
GTA.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
beginning.
he's all sweaty,
He's working out.
glistening,
Yeah.
and all that. No, he's working on the house.
No, but then he's working out.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he's in there.
lifting.
Like,
And the old guy that starts up, like I don't know if they don't imply. It's not implied, but you have to read about it on their website. He runs guns. Like that's his real business. It hides behind the actual
houses,
business,
the property.
the properties, and then he actually is a gun runner.
yeah.
So there's a lot of interesting characters, which they're always really good with.
That's why they had to do the jiggle physics on her, though, is because they really fucking like did him up. He's all fucking dripping sweat. He's out there working.
I'd love. Whoa, excuse me. God,
hell's the matter with you?
Ghost.
Disgusting.
Brought to you by Ghost. Yeah. The universe they've created and the brands, right, are just so good. Like, what a task. So they're like, oh my God, we can't put anything real in there, but we have to make it like the real one.
Yeah.
So they have two beers and they're Modelo's,
Yeah.
except they're called Midday Hose.
That's pretty funny.
Midday. I was like, oh, that's
Midday
great.
Hose.
Midday Hose.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait to play this game.
Hopefully it doesn't suck cock. That's
I
all I
hope
can
not.
say.
You might be able to.
No. If that's in the game, if you're the chick and you can like blow dudes and like rob them or something, Cardi B the shit out of them. You didn't know about Cardi B?
No, what are you talking about?
If you can do that in the game.
Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B used to rob dudes. She admitted
And
it.
blow him?
No, she used to like drug them and rob them.
Oh, okay.
So if like you can actually do that in the game, like lure dudes,
Like
fucking
it's a
somewhere-
game mechanic.
Yeah, like
That
if
would
you
be
can do
awesome.
that kind of shit.
Reverse prostitution
that
like what I do
that
normally
would
in a
be-
GTA.
Yeah, that would be a step in the right direction as opposed to you can't do this shit because you're
Oh
exploiting
my
women.
God, dude. No, because like I can pick up a hooker and then kill her.
Yeah.
And then take her money.
Yeah.
So now I'm the reversed. I'm the hooker.
Yeah. And
Oh my
rob
God,
you can
that's
rob
a
the
whole
dudes.
mini game.
Yeah, you can rob the
great.
dudes or something. Or you can suck their dick if you want to.
wanna
That's
do
the thing
that.
you're into.
I don't want to see it.
Hey, what if they pay
Blur
really
it
well?
out.
What if they pay really well? Well, you're not really her. Come on.
I know.
Yeah, like after you got a
Remember Cliff?
mouthwash after you
Cliff,
fuck-
can you fuck her?
Yeah.
Every game.
You got a mouthwash after you fucking get done blowing a dude in the game, you got problems.
But I mean, that leads to the Elder Scrolls Blue Hairs.
Yes, the
dev team.
Yeah,
Some of the dev team.
no, these people are like, well, okay, these people are in high up spots. So,
They're department heads.
yes, not good. So anyway, that text that I sent you, the
Yeah.
picture of them.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So you have this, Angela, Browder, production and studio director. So she's Bethesda Game Studios. She is roughly a 400 pounder with
What?
glasses. Oh yeah, she's huge. She's mammoth.
Huge. She's huge.
Okay. She is the production game, but she has the glasses and the dyed hair. The next one is Christina Meister, senior character artist.
Okay.
She is a fat girl also with tattoos, glasses, the whole fucking thing. The only thing they're missing here is a septum piercing.
From her appearance, you're saying
From their appearance, I'm saying their politics are
their
a certain
politics are going to be
way. Yes.
smeared somehow into
Yes.
the game.
Yes. And if you look at
Fair assessment.
this is because since the beginning of evolution of man, we've become really good at pattern recognition. And this is when you have women that work like that look like this working on games, they have a tendency
In
to
high
suck.
positions.
They have a tendency to suck.
They have a tendency not to just be able to just be like, well, this is just my ideal. I don't need to put it in here. They want their opinions heard.
Yes, they do. Yeah. That's the
Because I
one
matter.
like that's the
I
one
matter.
thing that most men that create video games can do. They can take their own unless they're-
Compartmentalize themselves
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
develop a game that's
Yeah.
like just fun.
This isn't all dudes either, because there was that
True.
one guy who worked on Halo, who was the homo that worked on Halo, and he was like, I just don't like guns being in video games. I mean, I can get around it because it's Halo and they're fantasy guns. But,
Master Queef over here.
Yeah. So there was that guy too. All right. And then we get to the third woman, who is another orca, Megan Sawyer, who's a senior environment artist. And she has the blue hair and the choker.
The good thing about she's an environment artist. So she's just working on like the game's foliage and caves and dungeons.
Yeah, but
That's safe.
But then the only problem is that might be, but the only problem is
story
when there's
people you don't
when there's a meeting involving these people and they all
They
get
have an
together
opinion.
around a thing, then they have an opinion on something.
We
and
need
they're
someone that has a brain that says, you're just an environment person.
Yeah.
That's not for you.
Yeah. What they need is a dude who just got done fucking shooting up
Stay in your life.
steroids, fucking
tren.
lifting weights, sexually harassing the fucking secretary on the way in the
Dom
fucking
Mazzetti?
door. Yeah,
need a Dom Mazzetti.
somebody to come in here and be like, listen, this geisha's not gonna fly in fucking ancient times when there's
Fucking
dragons.
stupid over here. They're
You know,
fucking, hey.
yeah, you're gonna be running away from fucking dragons. You're not worried about who's respecting your pronouns. That
I'm trying
dragon
to
doesn't
fuck
give.
that dragon up.
Yeah, that dragon doesn't give two fucks about your pronouns.
None.
No.
It's a fantasy world with fucking different species. Please don't give us a new species.
Yep. But if you look at it, this is like the kind of the direction that Bethesda has gone, and you've seen some like the uglification of women
Yeah.
in some of their games. You had Starfield.
Yep. Starfield. God, dude, what a fucking turd.
Yeah.
It wasn't even fun. Just even take away the politics, because I do try and look at a game for how fun it is, how fun it can be, the core mechanic of the game. Starfield was so boring.
Yeah, but that's what happens though, is you get all these people in there who are so interested in. This is where the DEI really shit on games. Because they prioritize hiring people because of their skin color or their gender or whatever, not hiring the people that were the best at the job. So you had this enshittification of video games that happened because, you know, maybe that person, maybe one of those types of people, maybe one transgender person who's fucking solid at coding.
Yeah.
But 10 of them are when you just fucking ousted 10 of your fucking coders who've been working for the company for like 6 or 7 years now, who created the last game that was a fucking banger. You got rid of him, and then they go off to start other studios. They're with Expedition 33. That's what you had.
Yep.
That's what you had.
Yep.
So,
shit.
I'm off my soapbox about blue-haired weirdos right now, but
we have to do a better job of like, and it's like the division of everything, like politics and religion and all this stuff. Like in the game industry, we need to just focus on the game, the story. Does this fit into our world? No, it doesn't.
well, hopefully they get kind of away from this.
Unfortunately, GTA
Dog
6,
shit.
their gameplay is a snapshot on society. It is a satirical take on society.
Yeah.
How we see ourselves.
Yeah.
And trans and gays have to be in there, right?
Yeah.
They exist in the world. We have, and now we have to make fun of how extreme they
That's fine, but they had that shit.
But we can also do it with the right people too, the right wingers, like the extreme right wingers. We can put everybody in there.
Yeah.
You know,
But
run
the
them
problem,
over too.
The problem is when you can shoot rednecks that are wearing their red hats in the game,
but not the gays.
but you can't shoot the gays.
So as long as everything's fully, hey, you need to represent both and have the same kind of thing with both of them.
That's where it's going to create a huge divide if you can, especially if you can you can shoot the rednecks, you can shoot the blacks, you can shoot the Mexicans, you can shoot everybody. But then when it comes to the person that's wearing the fucking rainbow shirt, you can't fucking shoot that
What
person.
was
Get the fuck outta here.
What was the last game that had it was the fucking Dragon Age game. Look at that. Look how bad it fucking bombed.
That did
because
bomb.
the game just sucked.
Yeah.
Because you took a fantasy game and put
Preachy
real life shit.
Yeah.
Like it is an escape.
Current year
It is
shit
a
on that.
fantasy world that has there's no place for our real world bullshit in there.
And if you look at the development team for Dragon Age, they have some similarities to the
Elder Scrolls.
The
Like,
Elder
I
Scrolls.
saw them, and
Yep.
then one of them left, and they had a whole bunch of drama. But like, God, dude, that is a perfect example
See, that's another. Oh,
of just like you're playing a game, and all of a sudden the record scratches.
what is it? And EA actually just shut down a studio, Cliffhanger Studios.
Cliffhangers. They were working on the Black
They were
Panther.
working on Black Panther, but the girl that was like the head of that studio a year ago came out and said she's not hiring any white people.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't hire white people because I want to create a safe environment for people around here. Like white people are inherently dangerous, especially the nerds that work at game studios are dangerous or whatever. And then turns out a year later they shut her studio down.
Damn.
Yep.
Shit. Elder Scrolls, blue hairs. What else?
All right, you got new game announcements.
I mean, we already talked about the beginning. This is just the time where E3 is supposed to be, and now everybody's got their own. We got a PlayStation Direct coming on June 4th.
Yeah.
Which is what, tomorrow? Yep. 40 minutes long. PlayStation Direct. Or whatever.
When's that, tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay.
Showcase. PlayStation Showcase.
I have to watch it, and then we'll talk about it in another 4 months.
And IGN has their IGN Live where they have a bunch of announcements on there now because nobody else is doing it. There's like a summer game fest that they're supposed to
Yeah,
happen.
because every place has their own shit out, right?
Yeah. So now, I mean, a lot of like Nintendo will have to do one. Right?
Yeah, Nintendo does their own.
They usually wait till a little bit after this time.
Yeah.
Because it was always E3 and Apple's WWC was always at the same time, which the Apple thing's still happening. They're just going to show us the new software. No hardware.
Apple's hardware stinks anyway.
Yep.
They haven't innovated in a long time. You know
There's
who's
the bingo square, kids.
You know who's really innovating with phones though? Huawei.
Huawei?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Chinese phones. I wish we
Huawei.
could get them here.
Yep. Oh, and then Bungie. Bungie was in trouble.
Yeah, because they ripped some
plagiarized.
guy's arts off. Yeah.
They plagiarized this dude's stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. And like the artist has the receipts on Twitter, like, and all the art team from Bungie was following them, and they've been followers for them for a long time.
Ripping them off.
It's not even like it was an exact copy too. It wasn't even like
they didn't change
changed
the
it.
color or anything.
Nope.
It's fucking 1-for-1 copies.
Nope. So that game's the marathon is gonna just.
But
tank.
Marathon, they had the alpha testing of Marathon, and they said this game is fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Bungie, another storied studio that went the DEI way, and now they suck. So instead of they should have hired someone that was really, really good for the job, which was that guy on Twitter. instead of hiring somebody for DEI points.
DEI.
Yeah,
Going away.
didn't earn it. That's what DEI stands for.
No real tech news. Last of Us.
Wait, didn't I have
Last of
tech
Us is
news?
going to be a fucking big one. And I got some emergency shit happening now.
Wait, what's going on?
My kid. He's in the ER. I got to go. Not soon. I got to get a hold of her.
How do you, okay. Anyway, Last of Us series. Yeah. Okay, this is what I was going to ask you. How far did you make it into Last of Us?
Dude, two or three episodes.
Really?
In
Out
the
of how
second
many?
season.
Yeah, out of how many?
I don't know.
That's what we're talking about. Because the first season was pretty decent.
It just ended. So they had the first season was decent because they had a huge audience drop off after Joel was gone.
Yes, just like the game.
Just the game too.
Yes.
And then another person put it in a way of like, see, even the game and the show, second season, like nothing. There was good stuff that happened in the first game. This is just a fucking bummer. The second game was a bummer. Like everything was tragic. Nothing but bad shit was happening, dude. And the only thing I liked about the second game was Abby's character. I loved the idea behind her character. Her motivation was to kill Ellie because of everything that happened with her dad. I was like, that's cool. The end of the game sucks. It doesn't really wrap up. And they're tearing this fucking thing into 3 seasons?
Nah,
the second game is getting 3 seasons?
Nobody's
Man,
gonna watch Nobody's gonna watch the third season of this shit.
They miscast Ellie.
Oh yeah, she was like
that.
She was that one. She's a good actress.
Abby.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah,
Abby.
She just was not the part.
Abby,
for
I'm talking about. She was
Abby,
like,
Abby.
yeah, she was the scrawny.
Yeah,
but she's
dude.
in the game. She's like, she's a bulky chick.
Well, and there's a reason she's that way, right? There's
Steroids?
a reason. No, her whole character. That's why I was like, this character is amazing. She knew she was going to have to kill a human being at some point in her life. Her whole motivation was to kill Joel.
Yeah.
And that her whole life, like for years now.
Yeah.
She found out who it was. When I meet this dude, I'm gonna kill him, so I gotta be ready.
Yeah.
That's why she looks the way she does.
Bulky.
And, yes, because she just trains all the time. And
yeah, the girl that they put in there did
No.
not look like she weighed
knock her out.
110 pounds, soaking wet. And then you had Bella Ramsey in there. I didn't make it through the first first episode.
it's tough. I
The
think
first
I made it 2 or
episode.
3.
Yeah. Because the first episode you had.
I made it to the I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah, nobody. This is the problem that they had with this, is that they put the same thing, modern day politics, into a story that's supposed to be post-apocalyptic.
Neil Druckmann's a troll about it too.
Yeah,
He's like that. You want to make fun of it? I'm going to go harder on it.
yeah. Wait till the new game that he's coming out with,
Yeah,
Interstellar, or whatever the fuck, he's
Intergalactic,
gonna flop
whatever.
like a motherfucker too. So, but you put modern day like post-apocalyptic, Joel's not gonna be going to a therapist
Yeah.
to talk to a fucking therapist.
No.
You're going to be fucking
was
standing
added.
on that fucking wall.
Yep.
You're generally not, I mean, it could happen, rare, but patrols are not going to be headed up by the women folk.
No.
Not in a post-apocalyptic world. You're going to have the fucking dudes doing that.
Going back
kind
to
of shit.
hunter-gatherer, man.
Yep. Post-apocalyptic is not going to be this fucking gender-neutral utopia.
No.
This is not, so it's immersion breaking. And then even it goes a step further than that in the first episode, because they take Ellie out there on patrol with her, and she's not listening to the person who's supposed to be the number one in command.
Which is again all made up for the show.
Yeah.
That's not how it went.
So yeah. So in a world where you can die at any minute because you have these fucking zombie type creatures running out there, where order and everything has to be strictly fucking adhered to, or it's life or death. You're not going to act like a fucking,
No.
like a goddamn. You're not going to have teenage gender angst.
Angst and angry.
Yeah.
She's 19 in the fucking game.
Yeah.
She's 19. So, yeah, she's acting off emotion. She does. She acts off emotion. She goes on this fucking thing, but then they send help her way, and she gets into fucking trouble the whole way.
Yeah.
But the Ellie in the game was way more brutal than how they're portraying her in the show. I guess.
Yeah, they picked the wrong actress for that too.
They're like all the people that Ellie comes across. She's questioning, where's Joel, right? And I guess in the show, nothing. She just questions him, then moves on. In the game, she's killing everybody.
Really?
Like, she's brutal.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they try to show her. Oh, and then another thing she's doing.
I guarantee they're going to cut out one of these parts that she kills somebody in.
Really?
It's a pregnant chick.
Oh, no.
She kills a pregnant chick.
No, that's fine.
I know, but she kills a pregnant chick.
No, I know. That's fine, though.
But she
in the worldview of killing babies is okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
Yeah, I remember the game. I was like, oh shit, she was pregnant. I was like, that was good. It was like a surprise shock part. Like, there was moments in the game that were good. They're not going to be able to do the same thing with these actresses.
Well, and the thing that I was trying to so my wife and I watched the first one, and then the second one, or people that I work with or whatever were watching the second one, and they didn't like it either. But I knew it was coming because in the first game, Neil Druckmann was just a writer on the game.
Yeah.
He wasn't the lead guy on the fucking game. And then the second game didn't even sell as much as the first game. It was a shadow of the first game. And Neil Druckmann was at the head of that one.
Yeah, because he was out there with
How do you keep
his
fucking
PR.
putting these people on there?
His PR was not good for the second game.
Yeah, Naughty Dog is, they're gonna shut, I would think after Interstellar, if Interstellar doesn't sell very well,
Intergalactic.
Intergalactic, whatever, that one's probably gonna shutter that studio. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you can't re-release
back and
Last
finish
of
the
Us.
show, man.
They've already re-released Last of Us Part 1 like 4 fucking times. Put it out for the fucking, for the PC. You can't keep re-releasing that one game.
Yeah.
Cause 2 didn't make their money back. It probably made them a little bit of money, but it didn't make as much as they thought they were going to make. So they're still living off The Last of Us Part 1 and its subsequent remakes to fund Intergalactic. And if this one flops, Naughty Dog is gone.
Yep. Oh, well.
All right.
But
so
the
trans Zelda thing.
this is what we were talking about earlier. If you cast this person, you're gonna alienate a lot of your audience.
Most of the audience, yes. Because most of the audience for Zelda is in what age group?
Oh yeah.
That's our age
That's
group.
our age.
That's our age group. And Zelda was a chick. So
it's just gonna, as soon as people find out, they're gonna, I don't think it should be alive. I think it should not happen.
Yeah.
2, no.
So Hunter Schafer, a man,
Trans woman.
a trans woman. Yeah, she's a man who's transitioned into being a woman. She was in Euphoria. She
Playing a trans.
She didn't have a huge part in Euphoria.
Nope. Her interesting part though, with the dude's dad.
Now this hasn't been confirmed, but this has been rumored.
It's that
Heavily
they have
rumored.
eyed her.
It's being pushed too, if you look at the media. And the crazy thing about it is you go on Twitter or whatever, all these people are like, oh, she's perfect for it. She's perfect. Or
Why? Because she looks like an elf?
Yeah, a little bit.
So
but
what?
the problem with her, like with this is remember when, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson was going to play a trans person in a movie? They took her, they completely scrapped that idea. Another thing is, most of the people that are saying she's perfect for the job or whatever, I've seen screenshots where they have, when Link dresses up so they're trying to say that Link and Zelda are trans retroactively because this is the kind of shit. Like, Link's dressed up in game form. Like, if he dressed up to sneak into somewhere.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So he wore the shit. And then there's all these people who, most of the people that are saying Zelda is good for this part or that part or whatever are confusing which one is the boy and which one is the fucking girl anyway, because they don't know that Zelda is the girl and
the Gerudos are literally
Link,
women, and he's not allowed in there because he's not a woman.
Yeah, so he dressed
They're not
up.
a bunch of trans people.
Yep.
The Gerudos are women.
Yeah. So all these people are missing the fucking boat, and you can tell that they're only pushing this person because that's their team that they're on, and they want this person to be in there.
It's dumb.
But they are
Bad move.
if they do this and they have this person in there because Hunter Schafer does not have. She's got a feminine voice.
Yeah.
But
Oh
it's
yeah.
not
Definitely.
super feminine like fucking like Zelda is. Zelda's was airy and high pitched and very
CG out that fucking Adam's apple.
I don't think she really had
She wore a lot of high stuff.
like like they always pick and choose these poses that Hunter Schafer has that make her look smaller. But if you look at her in shows or whatever,
Big dude.
yeah, tall, wide shoulders, yeah.
Yep.
And Zelda is a tiny little elf.
She's a princess, dude. She's a princess.
Yeah.
Make her a princess.
Yeah, and what?
Come on.
Who are you gonna get to act as Link? And they're like, you gotta kiss him.
All right. No.
He's like, hey, bro.
Come here. was a good
But
scene.
Heath Ledger kissed a dude, and I don't think he was
Yeah,
gay.
a lot of people do it now.
Kiss dudes?
Money talks.
How much money would you take for you to kiss a dude on
Oh
screen?
man, I have to sit deep.
Like $1
and
million
think about
bucks?
that.
Would you
Think
kiss
$1
a
million? Would
dude?
you kiss $1 million?
Fuck yeah, for $1 million? Yeah, if I was acting.
Make out right
I'd
now.
fucking tongue. You got $1 million? I'd fucking do tongue and everything. Shit. Yeah, fucking give me $1 million.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're on set. All right, you gotta do this. Oh, fuck. All right.
Yeah, depending on how
Paying
involved
me.
I had to get 10 grand. Shit, I'm in. Yeah, you know what you could buy for 10 grand?
Yeah.
Get a nice fucking,
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
So you turn me on.
What's that? What's this Final Fantasy? Fantastic Four shit.
Okay, Fantastic Four. This is another one where the company's leaning into the feminist rhetoric and the DEI. So they came out with the Fantastic Four has been they're doing it. They're trying it again. This is the third time I believe they're trying it again. And so they have
The first two were Sony.
Silver Surfer. They gender swapped Silver Surfer to be in a girl, even though they have. We got
On an alternate
comic,
reality.
comic books that have
continuity,
whatever.
it's
but
real.
yeah, it is. But so they have this. So they did a screening for the movie, and screening like spoilers leaked to where they kind of pushed the whole team of the Fantastic Four out, and the end battle against Galactus
Sure.
or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that.
Basically, the Galactus. The Invisible Woman and the Silver Surfer, who's now played by a woman,
hell no.
saved the fucking day, and
Get
they pushed
outta
the
here.
entire Fantastic Four team kind of to the side.
That sucks, man. Human Torch is the best.
Yeah, so they've Chris
Oh,
Evans'
no.
version of the Human Torch.
No, I like. Yeah. He was good. Chris Evans' version was the best.
So this is like the Fantastic Four is huge too. They've
One
been
of the
around
oldest-
for
they're the oldest family in Marvel.
Yeah, and they've screwed it up now. If they screw this one up, this is going to be the
Paved the
third
way
time.
for a lot of modern comics just because it wasn't superheroes that were untouchable because of their powers. It was like they have fucking problems,
Yeah,
right? Like,
They're a
it
family.
was the first time that like, oh man, these people, fuck their powers. They're going through it,
yeah.
you know?
So that is the Fantastic Four. So that screening came out, and we're going to see what happens.
I'm interested now that you said that. Oh, dude, that sucks.
Well, this one might be this.
That's
Might
like
go,
the Infinity War one where all the women,
yeah,
where they
Yeah.
all fight together.
yeah, and the Wakanda, and they're like
dudes
girl
just
power
standing
shit.
by
Yeah,
watching.
like, yeah, man, these two.
Yeah,
are
they're
great.
throwing the gauntlet around.
Yeah, this is the problem. Like nobody really had any problems with like there being strong characters, but when you make the strong female characters and then you just make it at the expense of your male characters, that's not good.
That sucks.
It does. So that's going to be.
That Star Wars.
And especially since fucking Star Wars is a
did
big
it.
one. Mr. Fantastic was supposed to be
Pedro
like
Pascal.
yeah,
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he is everywhere.
Jesus,
Talk about
oversaturated.
fatigue. But you're gonna he's supposed to be like a super genius smart guy.
He's a
too.
smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they make him like cuz you know how generally the fathers are portrayed in media
Yep.
most
Dummies.
of the time dumbasses, yeah. How can you take Reed and do him like
Yeah.
that?
I know, man.
If they are. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying that's kind of how they've done, how Disney has kind of generally worked in the last few
Sucks.
years.
I really like who they cast as Human Torch. That dude from Stranger Things.
Which one?
He's the Human Torch. Stranger Things.
Yeah, no, which
He's
guy?
Eddie. He
Oh, he's the guy with
dies
the...
later. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like
he's
the Hellfire Club.
Yeah, he's the fucking guy
Yeah,
who was
selling
shredding...
weed.
No, he's the
He's
one that was
selling weed to
shredding
the
Metallica
cheerleader.
on top of the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the Human Torch.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's a human getting torched.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Getting barbecued.
You only got one fuckery.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, it is what it is. I don't even know where the fuckery sound... Nope, not that
That's
one.
not that one.
Yeah, I don't even know where the fuckery fucking sound is right now. There it is.
Oh wow.
It's been so long. There's a notification. Hey, that's you, not me. That's me, not you. What is this shit? Whoa,
Scratch
you
and sniff billboard.
that guy's gonna sniff his wiener?
So it is. There's only one. It's some weird billboard where you can scratch and sniff this dude's balls
Really?
because they're trying to promote another region body spray for
Really?
your nuts.
Is it? Are we just trying to get away from washing your balls or what?
I don't know.
'Cause
It's
you're
just
supposed to wash your
what
balls.
a weird marketing thing.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah.
It's a Calvin Klein looking, like ad of dude in his underwear laying there, but there's a circle. It says scratch and sniff.
The face on this one is like, what the fuck is going on there?
This guy's over here scratching and smelling this dude's balls because he wants to smell whatever the body spray is. Speaking of this is also leads into the Squatch, the Sasquatch, fucking whatever the
bathwater one.
Yes,
Who's
Sydney
bathwater?
Sweeney?
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
Also from Euphoria.
That's gonna sell out.
So I saw a meme.
I got mine on pre-order. I got a case.
It said
I got a pallet
she's selling her
pre-order.
bathwater. Disgusting. Where?
Yeah, yeah, asking for a friend. Yeah, I've seen people do that shit too.
And then the whole, so it's like droplets of her water. We talked about this at work and I was like, look, if I see it on a shelf,
you might get it.
I'm going to smell it. If it smells good, I'll buy it.
It's going to be a man.
Well, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. Right. Yeah. It's got to have a decent smell. I'm not going to buy a bar of soap just because it has her on
Those Squatches kind of suck.
But,
anyway.
yeah, they do.
Have you ever used them?
Yeah, they're sharp.
Yeah,
they hurt.
Well, they do that so you can scrub the fucking, you can exfoliate.
Yeah.
But they're also, they're not a convenient size bar.
They're a weird size.
Yeah, they're fucking a giant ass square. Like, they do not fit necessarily on your shelf in your shower.
They sell something you're supposed to put it in, like lathers.
Yeah, that wooden fucking thing.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, they give you a wooden thing in it. I got like a 4-pack in it. It was the last 4-pack of fucking them soaps I ever, or it was an 8-pack. It was at Costco. It was the last one I'm ever going to buy. I will never buy those pieces of
water.
Shit
her bath. Oh my God, they will sell out.
Oh yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
This is new Bella Delphine.
100%.
Except she'll get her money this time, and not PayPal won't hold it like Bella Delphine.
They shouldn't have held her money.
They should just give
some fuck. Yeah,
she deserved that money.
She deserves that money. If some fucking idiot out there wants to buy her fucking bath water
and feet pics.
Yeah.
Feet pics are huge.
She shouldn't be punished because there's some fucking jackass out there. That's the problem with like OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's like, there's all these people that are like, OnlyFans is disgusting. And then here they're like, they got like 4 credit cards hooked up that are maxed out.
Yeah. Feet Finder.
Yeah. It's just dumb.
That's a weird one.
What, OnlyFans?
Feet Finder.
I don't know.
Motherfuckers are buying feet pics.
Yeah, I never went on there. I should fucking paint my nails and sell feet pics on there.
You can be a dude to sell feet pics.
Yeah, I know.
They buy them. Chicks buy them.
No.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yes.
Stop it.
It's on there.
Do you know any chicks that buy feet pics?
You have to.
Do you know any
No, I don't know. They're gonna. It's not something they talk about.
Do you know any guys that have OnlyFans?
They're not gonna talk about it.
That's weird though. You think like, why not?
If all of a sudden one day I got fucking super rich and you don't know why, it's either stock market or OnlyFans.
You got feet pics. See, here's the problem that I run into is like you talk to like none of the guys I know say I would tell people if I had OnlyFans. No, well that I bought OnlyFans.
I know girls that have them.
Really?
OnlyFans.
And are they fucking bringing in shit tons of money?
No.
Okay. So no, the thing that I'm running into is like, where are all these guys that are buying OnlyFans?
I think they're just keeping it quiet, dude.
They just don't say anything?
I think there's a stigma on like they're ashamed.
Yeah, cause but it's weird.
Because porn is free. Why would I pay?
There's not that stigma around going
for me,
on Pornhub.
It's like the same thing for like, I don't like strip clubs for the same reason, cause it feels sleazy. Like this chick sits down, I don't know, you're like, can you buy me a drink? No, I don't, what the fuck am I getting from you? Nothing.
No,
I'm getting nothing from you. I'm here, you're paying for. Yeah. But like, I'm not, come on, man.
And then you gotta say, this
then they
want to
have this chit chat. Yeah, that's the goal, right? It's like, no, dude, I'm in love. Like, I'm coming back every weekend. And that's what they want.
And then they're fucking soaking your wallet out.
And then they don't want to sit with you really, because what they really want to do is go back to the regular that's over there.
Yes.
That some fucking fat hog that's giving them $100 bills.
Hundreds of dollars.
And taking them out to eat and shit. No.
Paying our way through culinary school.
Yeah. Estheticians.
Yeah, nursing school. Yeah.
Cosmetology.
They're all working their way through.
Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Like, they're so scummy.
What? Strip clubs?
I'll go, like, if you were like, hey, we're going to go here, I'll have a beer, but like, I'm not going to sit here and fucking.
No, me and the wife go
fawn over these, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's the only time that I go.
Like, some motherfuckers take this shit seriously, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I had friends that like did not want to leave. I'm like, I'm leaving.
Really?
No way. Let's do another hour. I'm good. No, dude.
I'm not a big strip club by myself guy.
No.
With a group of dudes, it's also kind of weird.
That's all. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, that one's hot.
I had a stripper bought for, I had a home stripper. They she made house calls.
Yeah.
For a birthday of mine, they surprised me with when I was like, I don't know, 22.
Yeah, was that all right or what?
It was weird.
Yeah.
Everybody's just watching you
Just
get this naked chick all
Yeah,
over.
it's
It's a
weird.
little strange.
That is weird. Like I said, I don't think it like going with my wife is one thing, but like going with like a group of dudes, it's weird. Like the only time I could see actually doing that is if I was entertaining some foreign people that were going to invest in my shady company.
And this is where they wanted to meet.
Some Japanese guys. Here's some cigars. You know,
And they're
then
so
we go to the strip
distracted
club.
with that they just say yes to everything.
Yeah, and they sign the paperwork that says I'm going to rob them blind. There you go.
Oh, strip club.
Oh, they go to the strip club. You have a sake. Bring on the sake.
All right, do you have anything else?
I'm really
to add for
good
this
with my
episode?
Japanese voice.
There you go. There, yeah,
No, we're good.
I almost fooled me.
We're
I thought
good.
I was in here with Bobby Lee right now. All right, that's everything for this episode of Gamer Athletes. Remember to follow us on our Instagram, gamer.athletes, Twitter, Gamer Athletes PC, YouTube, Gamer Athletes Podcast. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you on the next show.